Nous sommes de retour ici en une partie en BC2 en semi-finale. Ici, le gagnant de cette partie avancera dans le match pour la médaille d'or. On a Michael Mercer de Terre-Neuve qui affronte Olivier Dussault du Québec. Et donc, une grande partie importante ici pour ces deux joueurs. Le gagnant accédera à le match de la médaille d'or. Donc, on est en période d'échauffement en ce moment. Donc, chaque athlète a 2 minutes d'échauffement. Et c'est au tour de Mike Mercer de Newfoundland de commencer l'échauffement. So, here we are in the BC2 category semi-final game. The winner of these match will advance to the gold medal match. It's going to be a very important game. Two very fierce opponents here. And we have the warm-up period. Which is 2 minutes per player. And Mike has finished his warm-up. And then we have Olivier Dussault from Quebec, who just finished playing an important quarterfinal, which he won. Mike, I'm thinking, had a bye into the semifinals. So it's probably the favorite here. We'll see how that goes. And the winner advances to the gold medal match. Okay, so it will be the turn for Olivier Dussault to take his warm-up session. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the start of this very important game for these two players. We have another semifinal going on right now with on court 3. So again, the winners of those 2 games will be advancing into the gold medal match and then the bronze medal, bronze and silver. Excuse me, bronze medal match, because the gold medal match will determine the silver and the gold, and then the bronze medal match will determine the bronze winner. Okay. About 20 seconds left in this warm-up, and we have Olivier has 2 more balls to throw out.
15 seconds.
Okay, so we're a few seconds away from the beginning of this match. We'll be starting the match in the first end with Quebec having the first jack in the reds. So Olivier Dussault will be starting the match with this semi-final match with the in the red box with the jack. On va essayer avec le lancer du cochonnet, débutera la partie. L'importance ici de la première balle, certainement contre un joueur comme du calibre de Mike, his first ball going to be very important. So he's doing some adjustments with the chair because if the jack ball rolls to the right or the left, you need to adjust your chair in order to compensate for that that positioning of the jack. So Oliver, I think he learned that from the other match where he failed to move his chair after 3 or 4 attempts at the target. So the marking of a good athlete when they're able to apply some changes right away. So it's a good respectable ball. It's not covering the jack. So leaving Michael open to this jack. Donc là, le lancer, le cochonnet n'est pas couvert par la balle rouge et ça laisse le cochonnet ouvert à Mike. Et c'est certainement à son avantage en ce moment. So Mike is in a good position here with an open jack. And turning over this with again with the least amount of balls to get the job done. So we'll see how well he is able to execute under pressure this his first ball. And exactly what was prescribed, that was the job is done. C'était le travail à faire et Mike l'a fait d'une façon parfaite. Maintenant, au tour d'Olivier de revenir et de réparer avec le moins de balles possible cette situation. OK, so on voit ici que Olivier a essayé le lob un peu avec une balle, une projection en hauteur pour frapper le cochonnet, pour le faire bouger. Il a manqué la cible parce que ça aurait créé une chance de décoller la balle bleue du cochonnet et aussi créer une ouverture pour Olivier à se rendre au cochonnet. So there was an attempt to a lob to get to the jack to come off the blue. And he missed the target, but we'll see if he tries another offensive or if he turns to the defensive. So only 2 balls are gone. I think maybe another attempt to an offensive shot. Maybe a little bit more conservative offensive shot, but definitely he's going to try to get some movement there. He needs to bring about, take back this point. So he covers it. Okay. Still, it's a good spot to be in. Now he has a pocket. Can go in between the blue and the red. Cannot leave the jack open for Mike. Mike will get in there and score a lot of points. So right now I think he's thinking a little bit more of the defensive game, and that's exactly what he does. He needs to close that little opening up. The more the balls are regrouped, the more they're solid. If there is a space, Mike can come in and move things around. When the balls are stacked, they're harder to move. They're like tightly stacked. There's distance there, there's space. Missed the mark there. It's not what he wanted to do, that's for sure. Donc ici, on a manqué la chance de rentrer dans cette ouverture. Et on va se reprendre avec la prochaine. OK. Intéressant de voir si Mike a une ouverture. So we'll see if Mike has an opening still to bring in a couple of these balls. He's going to go out and see. Again, a good sign of an athlete that has control, taking the time to go out and see what are the options, how close, which one is the ball to beat from the red. Sometimes you don't even have to be on the jack. You just have to maybe eliminate one of the balls, the one that's the closest, and then create some space for yourself. So we'll see what he decides to do. Maybe it's removing the ball that's on the blue on the left, taking that one out with one shot, and then coming into the left and scoring and scoring and scoring. So on va voir qu'est-ce que Mike va faire, parce que parfois, il faut juste éliminer une des balles de l'adversaire qui est proche, qui empêche de faire plus qu'un point. Et si ça pourrait être la balle à gauche de la bleue, je ne vois pas la distance, mais si c'est ça, ça serait l'option, ça serait d'enlever cette balle rouge, puis venir compter des points, ou on rentre dans la pochette, l'espace est assez grand pour rentrer quelques balles. On va voir qu'est-ce qu'il y a. Bon, il y a de l'espace. On voit là, parce que je peux pas voir, mais il y avait l'espace d'une pleine balle. Donc là, l'arbitre va lui confirmer 2 points. Comme je vous dis, je ne sais pas quelle balle qui est plus proche. We're not sure which ball is the closest after that. So, would it be to his advantage to move one of the blue out of the way? Maybe. There we go. It's going to use it again. Mike has the overhand, underhand, power. And always taking away his opportunity to take that red ball out. So I'm not sure if he can score a lot more points at this end. So he's given up the other 2. I think he has 2 balls left. Put him on the paddle. Okay. So he concedes 2 balls here because he feels that there's nothing that any further can be done. Again, if pushing that red towards the jack, so I'm looking at. I wasn't able to see what the referee has indicated as a score, but 2 for sure, possibly 3. Okay, so with further clarification, Olivier agrees to the score of 3 points. Donc, Mike Mercer on the scoreboard. Donc, Michael prend une avance de 3-0 sur le cochonnet à Olivier. Donc, c'est une bonne manche pour lui. Si on regarde bien la première balle à Michael, ça a été très bien exécuté. L'importance de la première balle, de s'assurer d'être sur le cochonnet, ça vient faire travailler ton adversaire. Mais là, cette fois-ci, Olivier a manqué sa première balle et donc a ouvert le cochonnet à Mike. Et Mike a fait son travail. Une balle, il est venu chercher le point, puis il a bâti sur ça. Donc, on commence en deuxième manche ici avec Michael Mercer de Newfoundland avec une avance de 3-0. Et maintenant, c'est son cochonnet. Donc, on a une pause, il reste en 25 secondes. On va être dans la deuxième manche. Commencer dans 5 secondes. Et voilà, le cochonnet est en jeu. Maintenant pour la première balle. Okay, une première balle éloignée. So his first ball, it's a little far from the jack. It's not a bad one, but it's definitely he wanted that to be closer, and we need it in the line of his opponent. So the jack remains open for Olivier right now. Donc le cochonnet demeure ouvert à Olivier. Il s'agit juste d'exécuter un lancer qui semble assez facile. Et voilà, bonne première balle. Bonne première balle pour Olivier. So that's a very good first ball for Oliver. But Mike still has access to the jack. Mostly with maybe a possible push. He might just use that red ball and go and bank himself on there, park himself on there between the red and the white. See what he decides to do. Got a piece of his, open up the, now he's got a good sounding board. He's got, he can bounce and use the jack ball and the red ball. So if he can split the difference there, we'll see what happens. And there he goes. He's on it. Donc, il a réussi à reprendre le point ici. Donc maintenant, au tour d'Olivier. Il a décidé de demander de l'aide pour venir voir le jeu. Okay. Pour assurer que qu'est-ce qu'il a décidé de faire est bel et bien la bonne chose à faire. So he came out to look at the play to see, make sure that what he's decided to do is what needs to be done for this shot, for the next shot. Misses the target. He was going to go for a very powerful push, but but he did adjust his chair a little bit, so maybe he learned from the last experience. Donc ici on a manqué notre cible. On s'essaye avec une autre balle. Et là. Having a little bit of trouble there getting to follow through with his shots. That ball did not roll much for him. Again, probably one of his softer balls. We'll see what happens here. He's going to have to start thinking defensively, that's for sure. Because at this point, leaving that open for Mike, be in danger of scoring a lot of points here. Donc c'est important ici Donc, on a placé, faut qu'il place des balles défensives ici. Pas compter, mais définitivement pour minimiser ici la chance de Mike à faire des points. So he's decided here to go a lot more defensive in order to lower the opportunity for Mike to create a lot of points. But there's still a lot of opening there for Mike. So we'll see what he is able to do in this end. He is up by 1. Has to go C. He's getting help. So we have the COVID assist helping the athletes onto the court. Usually in this category, the referee. But again, we're trying to avoid different people coming into their bubble. So the COVID assist is somebody closely in the bubble of Mike, and this happens to be his mom at this time. But outside of COVID protocol is the referee would help the athlete out on the court. Okay, so see what Mike decides to do. He has 3 balls left. Gets in there. Not sure if that ball's probably not scoring, but went for a push, trying to push his ball in a bit more. He could push against that red and blue, see if he can move that blue forward and help him score. Asking for the score now. Well, we know 1 for sure. Oh, nice. So he did the good old powerful climb. And looks like referee's going to have to determine 3 or 2. 2. I'm not sure. 2 blue, yes. And that last one did score for him as he was able to climb up top and get on the jack. Good job. So, on voit ici, on a vu Mike avec un lancer qui est assez puissant, avec une balle tutti qui fait en sorte qu'elles peuvent grimper ces balles-là. Ils ont du pouvoir à pousser. C'est vraiment des balles à avoir dans son arsenal. Des balles qui sont très versatiles, qui ont une bonne densité, qui peuvent faire des bonnes frappes. Ils ont un matériel différent dessus, ils sont moins glissants. Puis, ils peuvent vraiment faire du dommage. So, here was a perfect example of I'm happy he decided to go for it, that he didn't concede, that there's no fear here, nothing, the outcome was all positive for him. There was no chance of creating a point for the opponent. So he really tried to work on that. Sorry, I just got a piece of the side of my head there, guys. Lost track, je sais pas. So, nous allons avancer maintenant à la 3e manche. 3e manche, très importante pour les athlètes. C'est ici. C'est ici que c'est important de gagner son cochonnet ici, de gagner des points envers son propre cochonnet ici pour Olivier. So this third end is very important end for him. He needs to score. He needs to win this end. No matter what the score is, he just needs to make sure that he wins his jack here. And it's going to be the difference between that first ball. Being a perfect first ball will definitely help Olivier here to score some points. OK, la première balle ici à Olivier. Olivier Dussault. Très proche, très proche. Encore une balle devait être sur le côté de son adversaire. C'est une belle première balle, mais pas parfaite. C'est pour Mike qui voit le cochonnet, c'est vraiment au risque. Il est un joueur qui est capable de se rendre très facilement à cette distance. Il aime aller vers le cochonnet. Donc, c'est important. Mais on doit constater qu'Olivier, c'est quand même un joueur qui est nouveau, assez nouveau dans le sport. Il y a beaucoup de choses à apprendre. Mais quand même, il est rendu en semi-finale. So, it's not a bad ball. Even if it didn't, it's actually not bad. It's good to have a ball out there already. Has a chance now to go for the jack. Now he'll have two balls close to the jack. Giving Mike a bit of a trouble here. Just ball is taking a bad bounce. Et bon. So use that red ball to help him get to the jack. He has three balls around the jack there, and one of the good things is these balls are they're in a proximity. So again, and that last one just nailed the jack to seal it. But there's room between the red and the blue for Olivier to get by. Donc il y a de la place entre la balle bleue et la balle rouge pour Olivier pour se rendre au cochonnet. Ou s'il n'y a pas de plan, c'est définitivement l'option de pousser sa balle rouge vers le cochonnet. On va voir qu'est-ce qu'il décide. Il a dégagé deux balles bleues. Bon. C'est ça. Il y avait de l'espace, c'est définitivement où il devait aller, mais je ne sais pas que... Ben, il a enlevé les balles bleues à Mike pour utiliser comme ricochet. So, not sure if that was the plan, but those two balls are now not going to be as useful to Mike. And create some space there. But at the same time, he's blocking. But he needs to score. He needs to get this point back. And nice one. Nice one. Not sure if it's enough. Nope. So he's got one more. Definitely needs to get in between those. There's room. Move his chair for sure. As a right-handed, he has to move. Donc il décide de bouger sa chaise un peu pour pouvoir entrer dans l'ouverture qu'il y a là, entre ses balles rouges. Et qui a réussi. Beau lancer. Si toutes ces balles sont lancées, il faudrait que, je ne sais pas si c'était assez pour faire pour le point. Effectivement, une fois que toutes les balles sont lancées, peu importe le pointage, c'est le tour à son adversaire Mike de lancer ses balles. So it's Mike's turn to play. Again, with all that traffic, Mike might not want to risk if he's scoring. Odds are pretty high that he might not want to attempt anything, but I will see. Olivier a fait un bon travail de garder toutes ses balles en avant, vraiment, à moins que, comme Mike, l'espace, il se peut qu'il y ait de l'espace entre les balles rouges, là, qui peut entrer une de ses balles. Même si le cochonnet, il s'y défonce tout, là, il y a des balles en arrière, donc il est en bonne position. So having the balls in the back is a good thing. So he's going to go and try to blow that out and create some space. He just opened it up for himself. Pushes that jack back, he scores 4. And he has the power to do it. Avec sa puissance d'exécution, il vient de bouger, ouvrir un peu le jeu pour lui-même. Et s'il réussit à pousser le cochonnet vers ses balles bleues en arrière, ou ne serait-ce juste venir se placer, ça ressemble possiblement à 2 points là ici. So we're looking at possibly 2 points for blue. She knows for sure. She confirmed 1, but we'll see. Keep pushing, Mike. I think. Oh, concedes. Yeah, but 1 blue. So he takes the 1. Take up. Oh, he hasn't conceded yet. He asked to measure. I thought he was crossing and saying, I'm not shooting anymore. There's a fine line between I'm not shooting anymore and please measure. It looked to me the same thing. Oh, now he's dropping the ball. And so he will take the point. Again, winning the point against your opponent on his own jack, making him advance to a 6-0 lead. Definitely a good position to be in. Yeah. One thing I've noticed with Mike, he often is afraid to, I mean, right now he's playing a cautious game. It's not about the score, it's about get the win. So taking chances might not be a thing you need to do right now, because really, he's ahead, playing it safe. Going away with the win, that's the important thing right now. So, yes, could he be more offensive and go get some more points in other situation, other level of the play? But right now in a semifinal, the win is all you need. And also he did all the right things, went and checked, confirmed they had the point. So, c'est très, très typique pour Mike de concéder une balle. Il vient d'aller faire un autre point. Il a vérifié qu'il avait le point. En ce moment, dans ces parties ici, en semi-finale, le point pour, point contre ne compte plus. On veut juste gagner. Puis, il commence la 4e manche avec une avance de 6-0. Il faudrait vraiment avoir 6 parfaites balles de Olivier, mais c'est presque impossible avec le niveau de jeu qu'on a ici, que Olivier puisse compter autant de points dans une manche pour égaliser. Donc, c'est pas impossible, mais c'est très peu probable. So we're going to begin here the 4th end of this semi-final match against Michael Mercer from Newfoundland, who now has the jack, and we'll see how he does with his jack. Puts it in play. That's the important part. We've seen that happen. Athletes. Some athletes have failed to put their jack in play, but definitely this one is good and in play. And that first ball is quite nice. I'm sure he wanted it closer to the jack, but it's a good first ball. Donc une première balle bien réussie. Elle est bien réussie de quelques façons. Premièrement, c'est une bonne distance. Mais plus important, c'est être en ligne droite avec Olivier. Olivier peut presque pas voir le cochonnet. Donc, même avec cette distance-là, si Olivier va en force, Si la balle est collée, il y a plus de chances à décoller le cochonnet que là, avec la balle bleue en avant, avec un peu d'espace. S'il va en force, il va juste coller la balle bleue à Mike sur le cochonnet. Autrement, faut qu'il aille du côté, peut-être bâtir le jeu, me placer une balle à côté puis l'utiliser. C'est quelques options qu'il y a. So Mike, with having the ball, so he's going to elect to go into the side. It's a little bit far, but it might be enough d'aller du côté. Comme je dis, quand la balle est when the ball is right on the jack, the player can hit in the jack and the ball, and they will bounce off each other often and creating some space. In this instance, where the blue is being a little further from the jack, that wouldn't happen. You can't have that because if he hits the blue, the jack's not going anywhere. Just the blue will move. So he opted for the right and was able to take the point. Now we'll see what Mike does with this situation. He still has a view of his jack. He can push his blue forward. A push and follow would be the best thing. He can push his blue towards the red to fill in the gap, or go straight to the jack. Because if you go straight to the jack, then we have a block. It is. Push this forward enough to make the difference and force, yes, Olivier to come back to the box. Donc, il a juste donné une petite poussée, juste assez, pour faire en sorte que Olivier devrait reprendre ses lancers. On va voir s'il est capable de faire l'utilisation du ricochet. C'est une de ses options en ce moment. Utiliser la balle rouge qu'il a mise sur le côté pour venir vers le cochonnet. So we'll see if he's able to use the ball on the side to bring him towards the jack. And a ricochet. OK. C'est certain que Olivier sent la pression en ce moment, la pression de faire des bons coups. So this athlete is definitely feeling the pressure. It's not easy for him, but maybe now try one more to get to the jack. I think that, and then after that, we're should think about maybe pushing the blue forward. Doesn't really change anything right now. It's not a big deal because it was already scoring. But getting one, maybe getting one behind, will eliminate Michael's ability to push. Very good, good one. That's exactly where he needed to be. Not sure if it's enough to push Mike into his next shot. Yes, it is. So c'est très bonne balle ici d'Olivier. Il a réussi à rentrer dans cet espace dont on parlait tantôt. Et maintenant, il lui reste quand même 2 balles. Mike est assez fort, pour enlever cette balle rouge-là. On va voir qu'est-ce qu'il va décider de faire. Sa cible, c'est la balle rouge à côté. Il hésite peut-être un peu en le choix de balle. Il regarde le chrono. Il change de balle encore. He's changing the ball, looking at the clock. making some mental changes here, mental decisions, quick decisions. And yeah, he's a bit, his angle's off. I mean, that red ball is harder to get, but it's not impossible. I'm not sure if he should move back in his box at this point to open up a bit of his angle, but he is a right-hander, and obviously if he was left-handed, that would be an easy shot. Because he's throwing right, he has to cross over his body and shoot from the sternum to see if he can get to that ball. And right now, given the situation, if he blocks that opening, he concedes a point for Olivier. That's not the end of the world, because there are only 2 balls left for Olivier. Okay, so got a piece of the jack. Move that back. It's still blue. See, wants to score. It's 1 red. I don't know if he has a lob in him. Could push that jack back. At 57 seconds. Just going in and closing the gap. Okay. Now red will come out and see. Donc Olivier maintenant son tour. Il lui reste juste 2 balles. Il y a 1 point. Ça va y prendre une balle pour déplacer la bleue. Puis même avec 3 points, ce sera pas assez pour gagner la partie. Mais c'est important qu'il termine avec toutes les lancers qu'il peut accomplir. On ne concède pas ici. On y va le tout pour le tout. On essaye des choses. C'est important. So it's very important right now for Oliver to keep plugging at it. It's 1 ball at a time, making that next shot. Whatever the shot he makes, it doesn't matter the outcome of the game, but just continuing to practice some shots under pressure is important. C'est très important. C'est ça. C'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. So don't worry about the score right now. Just get those shots out and accomplish what you want to do. Go get another point if you can. Playing with confidence. There, he tried that lob. Very good. Very good attempt. Doesn't matter who scores here. Donc c'est une belle attente. Il a essayé. C'est 1 pour bleu, mais c'était pas grave. Okay. He tried 2 good shots, and he successfully did the 2 last shots. He went for the lob. He got a lob. He went for the push. He got the push. So félicitations ici. Michael will advance to the gold medal match with a win of 7-0 against Olivier Dussault. And both athletes, a very, very good game from both athletes. Donc, on a vu ici une belle performance des 2 athlètes. C'est certain que Mike a beaucoup plus d'expérience, a fait des choix. Dans une partie de semi-finale, on ne prend pas trop de risques. Dans d'autres sortes de situations, le tournoi à la ronde, quand on a besoin des points, on peut peut-être aller plus agressivement. Mais Michael a joué un match très contrôlé, en mesure de toutes ses fonctions, avec tous coups ont été bien calculés. Olivier a travaillé très fort. Il y a encore d'ouvrage à faire au niveau de son lancer pour être sa précision. Mais en dernier, là, il a vraiment compté le tout pour le tout. Il n'a pas hésité. Il a pris des risques à ses lancers. Donc, on se voit bientôt à la prochaine partie à 15h. On a les BC5, Giovanni et Marc-Antoine, Giovanni d'Ontario et Marc-Antoine du Québec. Et à la suite. Merci.